Yeah, so this is the Fiji 12 second gen nano cube sump. And these are, I'm going to mention all the cons and why you shouldn't get it. You know, I'm sorry for Fiji, but they messed it up here. Okay, let's start with the first one. Now, they made levels all the way to 11 inches. I don't really see the purpose of having levels to 11 inches. So, okay, say you want to put your water level on this skimmer section, right? To 8 inches is right under the light there, right? The problem with this is that because it's so small, if the filter gets clogged a little, just by putting the filter itself, it actually decreases half an inch in the sump section. Now, say it gets a little bit clogged, it'll hit that change filter in about 2 to 3 days, as you can see. Now, second thing, right, is that if you're lucky, you'll see it that it's time to change the filter. If you're not lucky, no matter what the water level is, if it goes over that line when you're at work, you come home, you can't see it. Sometimes you can't even see it when it's at the line of change the filter. Now the problem with this is because since it's so small, a 1 inch that it goes up here will go down in the pump section 1 inch. Now at that level, no matter what's your level with it, 9, 8, 7, 6, you're maintaining the main skimmer section at say 8 inches, for example, right? It goes up here 1 inch, it goes down 1 inch in the pump, and then the original, because this is modified as you can see, will overflow, the water will crash, and then the pump will push it onto the tank. Now, this system here, it'll only take about 2 to 3 days for it to get clogged. Trust me, because sometimes I used to have this one on my 40 gallons, and I used to change, I'm a 33 gallon long, and I used to change the filter floss almost every day. On here, I got to change it 2 to 3 days with only 3 fish inside. Now, the third problem is on this system is that it came prepared for an expensive skimmer. So a skimmer like that is about $300. Say the cheapest $200 and something dollars, but let's round it off like everything else. This sump costs $300. The skimmer will cost you about $300. You're $600 deep. Now a pump can cost you anywhere between 20 and $100, but there's a problem. Nano tanks don't come drilled already. You have to drill them. So say you don't want to drill them, you want to have an overflow box, right? If the pump is not powerful enough, the crashing water in the overflow will break the siphon of the tube, because I used to have an Aqualink and that was my problem. So to prevent the air breaking the siphon, I had to put there a powerful pump, 600 or 550 GPH. And it was too powerful for my little tank, but that's what I had to do. So you do the math. $600, $300 the nano cube, $300 more or less the skimmer, the protein skimmer. Say $50 to $100 the pump, right? So you're at $700 deep now. And if you want to have a UV sterilizer, I have the Aqualink here. That one is about $215. But say you want to go cheaper than that, $100. So you're about $750 in, not taking in consideration that you have to change the filter floss often, and also you have to buy biomedia for this cube, correct? So now this system cost me $127, and it came with UV sterilizer, and you can see it there, right there. This is a 9 watt UV sterilizer. Filter media, biomedia, and the pump already, obviously, and it's sealed quiet for 127, $800 more or less. So so you understand where I'm going with this. Now, the other thing is that if you notice here, I stopped counting already. There's too many cons. Here, you see that? That's a valve. I have it about 1/4 inch turn, so it can be silent. This system is not silent at all. The other thing is that if you notice this cube compared to the long sumps, there's always a section you can't see. For example, the filter system, I can't see it from here. Even if I remove all my microalgae, I can't see it. And the pump system, I can barely see it with the original level that goes here, because it's blue. I can barely see it. And my hand, as you can see, does not fit inside if I need to make changes to the pump. That's another problem there. So if I need to adjust the pump, I can't put my hands in there. Doesn't fit. Now, no matter how you turn it, there's always a section you can't see. You might be wondering, why do you have a sump and a pump? Well, the reason is because I bought it when I was new at this hobby, listening to recommended videos, and then I realized the mistake I made, and then I decided, I'm gonna use it as a refugium. As you can see, this has no filtration. I'm going to the filtration here. You see, I'm not using it as a filter. It's just a nice, very expensive refugium. Now I had to modify it, as you can see. This is a 316 mesh. Well, we'll talk about the modification maybe in another video, the modifications I made. Also, this one I've almost left it out. Okay, so as you can see, I have an ATO, right? It's set to the 7 inches. You see? So now, remember, if this gets clogged, it'll go up, the filter system will get clogged, and then out this hole. If you're lucky and you have a low power pump, then you're able to change it. If you have a powerful pump, like I explained earlier, for the overflow, not to break the siphon, then if you're lucky, it doesn't overflow the sump. And because if you're planning on implementing an auto top off, right? Now I have an ATO here, as you can see. The sensor is here outside, and I have it there because it's the same level as the pump, because I have a mesh. I don't have the original system. Now this, using the original system, the sensor will go on the pump section. Keep in mind, if this goes up 1 inch because it got clogged a little bit, the pump sensor will go down 1 inch. It'll activate the ATO, and then it'll fill up 1 inch. But keep in mind, this will also go up 1 inch until it overflows through here, and then you have like a continuous loop overflowing through this hole. Now, if you have a powerful pump, that hole is not big enough for all the water coming out. It'll probably overflow. So my recommendation to you is, do not buy this. This is a waste of money. Fiji can do a lot better than this. And as you can see, I'm just using it as a refugium. That's it. Nothing else. And I'm using it because I already bought it. Because if not, I will never be using this. Now, you might be saying, yeah, but you can put all your stuff here, But if you really look inside, the only thing here is a water heater. That's it. I can manage putting the water heater in the tank. There's nothing else. This here is an optional item that I decided to put in, so that way I don't have to put water all over, but it's not necessary. The chiller is not necessary. my house doesn't have AC on this section, so I have to put a chiller. But it's not absolutely necessary. To have a system, all you need, or to have a reef tank, all you need is a filter, canister filter, just like this, a tank, and lights. You don't even need lights, but if you're planning on having corals and stuff, lights, and a water heat, and the heater. That's it. You don't need none of this. You know, a lot of people will say like, whoa, how can you do this without protein skimmer and your mesh is corroded and all this? I'll get into it later, but that's not corrosion. This is 316 stainless steel, 1/8 thick, with 1/4-inch holes, with a 1/4-inch pattern. That there is a phytoplankton when I feed the my what's this, my copepods. So that's why you see it. The water's at that level, so you see the orange at that level, but that's not corrosion at all. I had that stainless steel for years. You know, like if I want to clean it, I just take it out, brush it, and put it back in. It's not corrosion at all. So yeah, there you go. This is my take on the Fiji 12.